Hello, my fellow geeks and gamers, and welcome to another episode about Archetypes. This episode will be about the archetype of the glass cannon. My apologies for the tardiness of this episode. My previous 4 recordings of this episode seem to have no sound in them at all. So let's hope this one works, and let's continue. The glass cannon archetype, most people see it as the means of using magic to level a city, or casting a giant meteor towards the enemy. The thing with the glass cannon is it indeed uses such hefty tools for destruction. There is no middle ground with the glass cannon. A DPS, a damage per second type character, is usually denoted, at least in my eyes, as someone who is able to kill himself in 3 turns' time. The glass cannon, however, is so powerful that he is able to kill himself 3 times in a single turn. Most turn to magic, but there are non-magical ways of doing it. A barbarian fiercely wielding 2 great axes at the same time. A rogue so fierce in combat that he knows exactly who and where to strike in a continual way until they bleed, and bleed to death. When it comes to magic, however, the most common variation of the glass cannon archetype, fire and death magic are the 2 types of magic that come to most minds. Earth magic, however, can be a lot more powerful by overturning the earth your enemy stands upon, so that they suffer the crushing damage that follows of being imprisoned underground and having the pressure increase and increase and increase is so severe. No fire spell can exceed that damage. And when it comes to death magic, it's generally not damage that is being dealt. Most death spells in most systems that I've played are save or die. If you fail your save, you are killed outright. Now, most people think that this type of destruction is not part of the glass cannon archetype. They think it's not what damage is supposed to do. However, death magic, especially the save or die mechanics, are so intense that if built correctly, the glass cannon archetype, specializing in death magic, can kill anything it wants, as long as he targets it at the right time. Most people would consider that a save or die spell doesn't always work, because creatures can always succeed on their save. Most save or die spells have a backup for that, with means of even if they succeed on their save, they take a brick ton of damage. However, there are ways of increasing the difficulty class for the save, or even lowering the save of the opponent, or even removing the fact that they can make a save at all. So remember, if you're building a glass cannon, know what you're building. A simple mistake in the designing of these glass cannon characters can be a fatal flaw. And the danger of having a glass cannon archetype in your party is not, will he kill me? It is, am I in his area? A massive fireball exploding inside a house could kill the party. It could be a party member inciting it. It could even be someone mind-controlling the glass cannon into throwing the fireball at himself and the party. So always be ready when there's a glass cannon in the party. There's also very little room for diplomacy with the glass cannon around, because how can you be diplomatic with a corpse? By the time it is your turn in the initiative order, the glass cannon has most likely already disintegrated half the enemy, at which point they no longer wish to converse They only wish to either flee or fight until death, which, with a glass cannon in the party, is most likely the latter rather than the former. Because death will follow wherever this archetype bounces around the town. So when playing with them, against them, or even around them, be very, very aware of the fact that this cannon can even break itself. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Have a great day, and as always, keep rolling.